am the Kid Movie Ninja.
Hi, Internet! And welcome to Kid Movie Ninja with your hosts, Fighting Leaf and Husky the Wolf. I've gotten a lot of requests for this next movie. It's a Jim Henson classic and a quest of epic proportions. And it's 100% nightmare fuel from beginning to end. Now, I'm going to be tearing into this cult classic for the purposes of comedy, but, like with Frozen, if you want to hear what we really think of this movie, stick around to the very end of the review. Now, without any further ado, I bring you the Jim Henson classic, The Dark Crystal. Mommy!
Another world, another time, in the age of wonder.
Yeah, back when lightning effects were a big enough deal to narrate about. So yeah, apparently this place was all good until some crystal broke. What crystal? I have no idea, but apparently it's important.
Then strife began, and two new races appeared. The cruel Skeksis, the gentle mystics.
Well, usually it's our job to give you the abridged version of what's going on in the movie, but there's really not a lot to condense around here now, is there? Oh wait, something's happening! Yeah, so these Skeksis, or whatever, are basically bad news bears and took control of the busted crystal. What is that crystal for? I still have no idea, but they use it to harness the sun to make them live longer. And they call it the Dark Crystal. Yeah, cause that's not freaking vague and annoying, jeez. Well, we did just see the title pop up. Maybe we're past all the expository narration and can finally get to the bottom. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so we have a bunch of ghoulish freaks staring at the crystal for a while.
1,000 years ago, the crystal cracked.
And now the narrator is spouting stuff we already frickin' know!
Saved them.
These are the Mystics, the other race the narrator had talked about before. They're good, and their leader is dying. That's all you need to know. But just because they're the good guys doesn't make them any less unintentionally terrifying. I want to try that! Stop that.
In the valley of the mystics, there lives a Gelfling, Jen.
As you can tell, Jen is something called a Gelfling. That will be important, so remember that. I actually feel kinda bad for talking over the narrator. But not really. He really is summing up the situation quite succinctly, but here's the thing. This ain't a book! I mean, sure, you can get away with explaining this stuff in narration, but we didn't come here to listen to some stupid James Earl Jones wannabe tell us what we're looking at in the movie! Deep breaths, Husky. Deep breaths.
There is a prophecy.
Oh, is there now?
1,000 years have
So yeah, hero of destiny, blah blah blah, and wait! Oh my crap, he's naked! Oh, look at the freaky little birdie things. Ah! Oh, is that him? Is that the face? Is that what his face looks like? Is that the face of our main protagonist? Some half-man, half-anteater hybrid freak of nature? I mean, look at that thing! It's so lifeless! It gave me the giblies!
When 3 suns
Master, what's wrong?
7 minutes in, and we only now hear our first bit of actual dialogue. And what do you know? Jen is voiced by the main man himself, Jim Henson! Anyway, Jen's master, this really old mystic, is about to croak but has just enough juice left to give Jen the go have adventure speech. He must find the missing piece of the crystal shard before the 3 suns do something, or else the evil Skeksis will rule forever. For reasons I can't possibly comprehend. Question! Why wait until now to start looking for it?
Ogra holds the shard.
Okay, so you know where it is, so why do you wait so long to get it?
I should have told you these things long ago.
Yes, I agree. You should have. You are stupid. Meanwhile, at Castle Grayskull over there, these two decide to act creepy. Then important stuff happens. The Skeksis Emperor is about to die, but he's not going to just give up his power just yet. Every single visual in this movie makes me want to pee your pants. But you're not going to. Oh, great. Again, terrifying. Not gonna lie, that's pretty messed up. Something like that would have kids screaming out of the theater. Why couldn't that have been more like the old Mystic's death, which happened coincidentally at the same time? Wait a minute! Anywho, they hold a service for the old dead guy and send Jen on his quest. Again!
I should have told you these things long ago.
Just saying.
I'm not ready to go alone.
Oh, come on!
All right? Alone, then.
About freaking time, you slow pants! So off he goes on his adventure, while these living nightmares quibble over who gets to be the next emperor. Surely they have a civilized method for dealing with this dilemma.
Trial by stone.
And what is trial by stone, you may ask? Why, it's this, you no-brain simpletons! They take turns hitting a rock with a sword. Truly a political breakthrough. I guess that means they need a new rock. No matter, this guy is now the emperor, and the other creepy guy is stripped and banished. Then the titular Dark Crystal rats out Jen, and they send out their giant beetles to kill him.
Bring him to the castle!
Wait, what?
Bring him to the castle!
Why? If he's supposed to be the one to kill you, wouldn't better orders be to kill him on sight and bring his head back to the castle?
The Gelfling!
Also, what the heck are those things? Still, for a flick made in 1982, this was pretty impressive. Back before CGI became everyone's crutch for making cool stuff happen.
What in the world?
That's what I'm saying!
This place is weird.
Face is weird! So Jen whines to himself a little, then meets whatever her name is supposed to be. At least, I think it's a woman. Not completely sure. You're going to scream again, aren't you? And how about now? Give it time. So Jen tells the scary lady about his mission, and she seems strangely okay with it. She takes him into her cave and she shows him the 1 trillionth scale replica of the entire universe. No, seriously, that's what she says it is. Anyway, I'm never gonna get used to that face. So Olga, I seriously can't hear what they're calling her in this movie, keeps talking about this great conjunction. What is the great conjunction?
The Great Conjunction is the end of the world!
Oh, is that all?
Oh, the beginning?
Wait, which is it?
That seems like a pretty crucial conjunction.
And begin, all the same.
Okay, so something is going to happen. What is it? It's like the Dark Crystal thing. I don't know. All I know is that she dumps a pile of crystals at his feet, and she don't know which one he needs. She tells him that he has a lot to learn and not a lot of time to learn it, so he takes a lot of time to try to figure out which crystal he needs. He somehow narrows it down to 3, and I'm not gonna question it. So how does he pick the last one? would have saved a lot of time if you had done that earlier. Huh. I wonder what you could do with that in real life. Hey, yo, Jerry, I got a date tonight. Which of these nearly identical blue shirts should I wear?
Oh, 1 second.
Alright, good choice. Whew. Thanks, buddy. That was stupid! And wouldn't you know it, he took so long that the baddies showed up to capture and or kill him. So the oversized pill bugs break stuff chasing after Jen before he makes his daring escape. Graceful. And then they keep breaking stuff long after he leaves. Alright then. Hi, Creepy McCreeperton! So the crystal calls the mystics back to the castle because... Wait... I thought the crystal was on the bad guy's side. Why is it helping the mystics? Well, the answer to that is actually very simple, Husky. You see, it all started back in the... And that's basically the gist of it. I understand completely now. So yeah, this forest, like a lot of stuff in this movie, is freaking terrifying. Seriously, Jim Henson must have been into some seriously weird stuff. So once you think the movie is done giving us nightmares for another week, Jen stops to think for a moment before... Please stop screaming into my ear. So yeah, that hairy abomination belongs to this girl Gelfling. She then performs a Gelfling mind meld. That's nice.
What's happening?
We're dream fasting, sharing our memories.
I'm having a bath.
When I was...
Oh jeez, one at a time, please. I can't care about both of your characters at once. Anyway... Okay, screw you, movie. Nothing is making sense here. It's bad enough that you chose to set your filming location at the Uncanny Valley, but everyone everywhere acts like a freak! For those of you who don't know, the Uncanny Valley... Screw you, look it up for yourselves!
Fizzcake. Fizzcake.
What the heck was you calling that thing? That's the second time this has come up in this movie. There's so much fantastical, mystical, magical stuff going on that it's not only difficult to figure out what words mean, but even what they sound like.
Roast snappery, my favorite.
Okay then. This movie is as frightening as Coraline. I'm convinced that the only reason these shots were put in here was to freak people out. Why? We never get a freaking break from it! Wait. Shouldn't there be an empty seat that used to belong to that one Skeksis they banished? Maybe they ate it. That's distressingly plausible, actually. So, how long are they just gonna keep eating? Well, eventually these things show back up, dragging a bag behind them. But lo and behold, it's not Jen, but Aura, that fat, scary chick with the removable eye. So they send off these crystal bat things to look for Jen since the big bug thing screwed it up. Then comes the worst rendition of the Star Wars theme I've ever heard. Husky, I really don't think that... Listen to that! It's like they're not even trying to get the melody right! Husky, I'm fairly positive that they were trying to play a different song. Are you? Are you? Lisa Ann? We don't need to invoke any more puppets on this show. By the way, this is Kira. I don't think I've mentioned that yet.
Get down! Down!
Can Kira be our new hero, please? Because so far she's been a lot more effectual than Jen, in that she's done more than just run away and make a rock shiny. I see you! You're one nasty looking piece of crap, ain't you? So these guys walk for about 2 seconds, then show up here, in the village of the least frightening Muppets in this movie, the Podlings! Now we're talking. This looks like a Jim Henson production right here. So, while everyone's taking some time off of the movie, Jen tells Kira about the plot. Then these guys show up and take the Podlings away. Well, that was important.
God.
And once again, these big dumb beetles completely ignored Jen and Kira, letting them escape. They are the dumb. Except for that one, but he gets stopped by the banished Skeksis guy for some reason. Stop being creepy!
I wish I'd never heard of this shard.
No, Jen!
You're a stupid guy, you're a stupid guy. You threw the plot important item, so you're a stupid guy. Ha ha, you're a really, really stupid guy.
Then Kira puts random moss on Jen's arm cause he got cut or something. And he still doesn't want to get the crystal back. Walking! 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 Anyway, he whines a bit more, then says...
These are ruins.
And then he completely ignores the shard he so stupidly threw away, and the real hero of the movie has to pick it up for him. They enter an old Gelfling village, now in ruins since the Skeksis killed them off a long time ago, where they happen upon some writing that explains the plot to them.
Just like the shard.
A Gelfling has to put that shard back into the Dark Crystal. Wait, how long have we, the audience, known about that? From the very beginning. And how far are we into the movie? Almost 44 minutes now. And these brain geniuses are only now figuring this out! What the crap? This would have been so easy to tell them at the beginning! By the way, you need to stick the shard back into the Dark Crystal. That's the actual goal of your quest. That will make good things happen.
I don't understand.
By crap, you're dumb. Then the creepy whimpering guy shows up again. The banished Skeksis guy convinces our idiot hero to go back with him to the... Wait, was that a smart thing he just did? Yay, smart thing! Let me get this straight. He needs to go to the castle, but he doesn't want to go with the Skeksis guy to the castle. I can understand that, but either way, he would have to go to the castle and deal with all the Skeksis in order to actually accomplish his mission. So was not following him really the smart thing? I'm actually not sure. I don't know anything anymore! Either way, Kira makes weird noises and they ride off on these land strider things to get to the castle. Okay, I know I've been highly critical and nitpicky of this movie, but I do have to be fair, the sets are beautiful. I mean, there really is a lot of beauty in this movie. The problem is... The problem is that the moments of beauty are overwhelmed by moments like this. I know everything can't be all sunshine and rainbows, even with kids' movies, but this is horrifying! They focus on the power of the Dark Crystal to turn things into mindless slaves, drink their essence, and... just sick nasty! Speaking of nasty, they find these beetle things that capture the podlings and use their landstriders to help free them, only to get them both killed. The landstriders, I mean. So they get backed up against the cliff and what?
Wings. I don't have wings.
Of course not. You're a boy.
Yeah, I'm wrapping things up now. Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie. I want wings. The podlings may or may not have escaped. They find their way to the castle. Whiny guy shows up again. Turns out when a Skeksis bleed, a mystic bleeds too. This guy doesn't like bleeding, so he beats up Jen and takes Kira to the Emperor. They decide to drain their life essence. Kira uses her Call of the Wild to escape somehow. A Skeksis dies, so a mystic dies too. Jen evades capture. Orgras still exists. These guys reach the castle. Jen finds the Dark Crystal, but the Skeksis show up before he can end the story. Jen and Kira are discovered. Fizzgig falls. Kira dies. Jen finally heals the crystal. The castle starts crumbling. Everyone gets their life essence back. Fizzgig is not dead. The Great Conjunction makes the Skeksis and Mystics fuse into terrifying three-headed people. They explain stuff. Watch the movie yourself to find out what they said. The new and improved Crystal of Truth revives Kira. The world is saved. The end! Now, I took a pretty big chance in reviewing this movie, but was it really as bad as I made it out to be with all my snarkiness? Well, not really. My initial viewing made me believe that every moment in this film was nightmare-inducing, that everything was perched in the uncanny valley Husky didn't let me explain before, but upon subsequent viewings, it's actually not as horrific as I thought it was. Well, not always. But I've always been more of a critic of story and character than of visuals, and that's where I think this movie falls short. The hero is pretty by-the-book hero's journey without a lot to make it stand out. Jen himself isn't a terribly animated character either, as the movie seems to rely on the novelty of this strange world for its audience engagement, which, for the most part, actually works. Visiting this place is truly an epic experience, even in a film as old as this one. Just be prepared to be freaked out both when you were and were not expecting to be. I still don't know what the crystal was supposed to do exactly. What's it for? Just to preserve some kind of vague world balance or something? Let's find out. Erosion.